Hi, Shannon O'Flaherty here. And I thought tonight I'd talk about celebrating yourself because somehow, and I don't know how this has happened, but I'm actually turning 60 this week. It kind of snuck up on me because in my head, I'm still in my 30s. So, not just birthdays do we need to celebrate ourselves, but we need to celebrate ourselves all of the time. And what I see happen a lot is that people on the healing path, we tend to work at all of our stuff about improving, about evolving, and we end up taking our stuff for granted. We don't realize how far we've come until we're looking back at somebody else's drama and we think, wow, I used to be like that. And oh gosh, I don't respond that way anymore. But little baby steps along the way, we've got to celebrate. So if you're trying to break old patterns, it's about being conscious in your now state, which I talk about all of the time. So when you notice that you haven't been responding in a negative way, that's a moment to celebrate yourself. Like, yeah, I've got it. Whenever you can change your vibrational state of being to something better, if you've been feeling resistance or upset or negativity in any way, but you manage to get yourself out of that and get in a happier place, that's a moment for celebration. Because if we're not forever patting ourselves on the back, then we're always waiting and expecting for other people to do it for us. But it's not for other people to do. I mean, it's great to get recognition, of course, from other people and feedback and congratulations and celebrations and feeling honored. And yes, that's what our friends and family and loved ones are hopefully doing for us at some level. But every day we need to celebrate ourselves. So, and it's a fine line between nurturing yourself too, but how do you celebrate yourself? Like I love fresh flowers. And so every week I buy myself fresh flowers. They're beautiful and they make me happy. Sometimes somebody who I love brings me fresh flowers. Like one of my sons brought me a fabulous bouquet for Mother's Day, which was here recently in the UK. And that was wonderful. And other people arrive sometimes with things like that, and that's great. But this is one of the ways that I celebrate myself because it makes me happy every time I walk in the room. So since moving back to Ilkley, I've been here a year. I also like plants. Not very good with them, but well, maybe I am. I talk to them and I'm not killing them. So maybe that makes me good with plants, but it makes me happy. So I celebrate my existence and being here by putting down roots, literally by bringing plants in, and I name them all so that I can have working relationships with all of the things that are alive in my house. Right? I celebrate with my cat. I pick her up and I dance around, and we have a little love moment every day, more than a few love moments, right? I call my friends, I leave messages, and also it's important to be self-entertaining because sometimes we're the only ones who can really do that for ourselves. Really, celebration comes from within, and anything that you're looking at in your life, whether it's a huge thing or a small thing, is worth being celebrated, because everybody's often focusing on the lack all around them or what's missing or what I don't have. But you can just simply shift your focus and focus on all of the things that you do have, right? I feel really happy that I've always been kind of a late bloomer, I've said, but suddenly at 60, I'm finally blossoming. Like everything I've ever done in my whole life has finally come full circle and is really starting to blossom out. And it does fill me up and makes me feel proud of myself and happy and excited about the future and what's going to come next. And so that's a good thing. And I feel healthy and I feel good in my body. Now, these are all things to celebrate. Have I always felt that? No. And so, especially if you've changed something or overcome a problem or lost weight or moved house or whatever it is, there's a reason to celebrate every single day. I mean, if go to Spain, they have a parade and a festival almost every single day about I don't know what, but they're always having a celebration. And so life ought to be a celebration while you're living it. So go out and live your life. Do something new and different. You know, we all have that bucket list. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know that I consciously had one, but I do now. And even if it's just random things. So I'm going clay pigeon shooting on Thursday on my birthday for something new and different. Apparently one of my great aunts or something was the sharpshooter for Hollywood, and she taught all of the A-listers how to shoot guns, and she filled in for Annie Get Your Gun and all sorts of things like that. So the few times I ever have shot a gun, I've had pretty good aim. So I'd like to see if I could shoot a moving target. And I just am celebrating being back in Yorkshire, and it seems like a very fun Yorkshire thing to do. So I'll let you know if I manage to break any of the clay discs. So that's just something fun and different and a little bit kooky to try. So what are you doing that's out of your norm that you can have fun doing? Used to entertain all of the time when I was married and we had a big house, and often we'd have theme parties, which was just something fun and different to do, just to pull people out of their normal state of being and to create a celebration for any reason, because we don't need to have a reason to celebrate anything. We can celebrate it being Tuesday. We can celebrate when the sun shines, right? You can choose absolutely anything. And I think that it's important, especially in the world how it is now, during pandemic, during lockdown, during a war. Find the few things that you can celebrate and feel really blessed and grateful and lucky that you can celebrate whatever you can, because why take that for granted? Some people really cannot celebrate things right now. Maybe they're celebrating that they're alive, that they haven't been killed, that they haven't died, that they're with their loved ones, you know, and those are wonderful things to celebrate too. But that's pretty harsh if that's it, like if it is life and death situation. So look at all of the abundance around you. Look at all of the fun, different things about yourself. Look at all that you've accomplished in your life. Look at, if you're older, if you're turning 60, look back at your life and see everything that you've managed to accomplish and overcome, and all the patterns that you've broken and all of the people that you've touched in your life, because we tend to take all of this for granted. A lot of people that I speak to don't acknowledge or honor their own gifts and their own contribution to the people around them and to their communities. So in celebrating yourself, number one, don't take yourself for granted, and don't take your knowledge and your life experience and your wisdom and all of the love that you have to give for everyone for granted, because we're all important. We all love everybody. We all have something to give. We all have a story to tell. And some of us have done it very differently than other people, but it doesn't matter, because we're all in this together. We're all living in this life together, and it's one to be celebrated. So celebrate yourself this week and write in the comments below all the ways that you're celebrating yourself. And if you'd like to have a chat with me so that you can get your mojo back, if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like you don't have much to celebrate, let's have a chat, and I'll reflect back to you who you are in all of your magnificence. I love you all so much, and I'll see you next time around. Bye for now.